Season 2.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
It's a biggity big announcement here. Welcome to the Sean and John podcast, episode number...
It's actually episode number 1 of Season 2.
That's right. Instead of counting up, we're going to start over because let's face it, we didn't quite get to where we wanted to as far as episodes, but we did a lot, right?
Whoa.
What episode did we get to? Like 45, 44?
44, but you know what? Just the fact that we got a Season 2.
I can't believe they brought us back. Welcome to the Sean and John podcast. The podcast on a beautiful day here in North Central Florida. Do you see the weather right behind us? I mean, seriously.
The view here is spectacular.
So if you are joining us for the first time or the second time or third time, the reason why we do these is to inform you a little bit about Harbor Hills, give you a little bit of entertainment. And there's another thing, but we can never remember the third thing. But Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
If nobody has said that to you, I want it to be the first.
It's going to be, 2022 is going to be a great year at Harbor Hills.
How long can you say Happy New Year for?
Couple weeks.
You can go a couple weeks?
I'm going a couple weeks with it.
I don't know. I think once you... Well, a couple days after and you're done, in my personal opinion.
Have you seen them? The first time you see them this year.
Yeah.
I still think you'd change.
I would guess if you see them the first time that... Yeah. But, you get into February and I think that...
Oh, we're done.
Yeah. I'm like a week guy. 1 week for Happy New Year and that's it.
February, we're into Valentine's Day. So,
right.
Yeah.
Big plans coming up. I know we got some flyers in front of us. We got a jazz night coming up in a couple weeks.
January 28th, a Friday night.
Yeah, Rudy,
the first time we've really tried a jazz night here.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. We used to do it a while ago. Rudy is coming. If you he's local around here. Great entertainer. Make sure you make plans to join us on
Friday, January 28th.
Yeah, and then Martini Monday coming next weekend. We have so much going on here at Harbor Hills. And I was thinking of this. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions for a second.
New Year's resolutions.
And it's not do you make them or do you not, but I have the top 3 New Year's resolutions that people make, and I want you to guess.
Okay, let me guess.
I got them right here.
Number 1 has got to be, well, there's going to be a couple. Lose weight, get healthy, be happier.
Okay, you got the 2. You missed the 1. The third one. Number 1 would be lose weight.
Yep. Okay.
Number 2 would be eat healthier.
Well, okay, there.
And number 3 would be get fitter and have more exercise.
Okay.
So I typically don't make too many New Year's resolutions. Thanks for asking. But one New Year's resolution that I think I'm going to make, and I want to eat more ice cream.
More ice cream this year.
But that goes into, I guess, the other...
Well, that goes into
because in order to eat the ice cream,
Be happy.
So I'm gonna. Life is too short.
It really is.
And I think people have to recognize that you have to be lucky for what you have.
Be thankful.
And be thankful. And I think if anything from last year taught us and the year before is to be thankful for what you have. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How can you not agree with that statement?
Yeah. Time, now is it just me, or does it seem like time is going faster and faster and faster?
Yeah, I have a 16-year-old, John, as you know, and your kids are a little bit older. I'm not sure, a little bit, and we've gone through it, but the 16-year-old thinks she's 21. and not from the drinking standpoint, just from the knowledge standpoint.
Of course.
I had this conversation with her last night, and I said, Mom and I are probably close to, combined age, close to 100. Okay. You're 16 years old. Who do you think has a little bit more experience on what's right or what's wrong, on how you do things, or what's... she didn't understand that. Yeah. What advice would you tell yourself as a 16-year-old that you didn't do when you were 16?
Gosh. You know what, though? I can understand, because at 16, I pretty much knew everything.
Yeah, I didn't live in
it wasn't until I was 25 that I realized that I didn't know anything.
Yeah. I think people in life, and it's true too when people come and shop homes here and learn about Harbor Hills. Because when people shop for homes, they go everywhere. They ask all kinds of questions, and they want to fact find and all this. But it's the same thing, Somebody with 100 years of experience between whatever you do, we're not saying you have to do this and have to do that, but you should take advice from people that are experts in the area, right?
Yeah.
right? Or at least more knowledgeable. Going back to the 16-year-old, hey, listen, and I told this to Sydney last night. I said, listen, you ought to really listen to what Mom and I say. You don't have to, but you ought to listen. And going to the whole thing when people come here, when somebody comes here to shop homes at Harbor Hills, we don't say this is what you should have, or this is why you have this, or this is the way you live. We're designing homes here. This is our brand new inventory sheet that we just put out, right? We're designing homes here the way people want to live.
We have some,
right?
Yeah, because we've got, and because of that,
we've been doing this a long time, and because we're experts in real estate, and we have over 100 years in experience here. And I don't know how that tied in, but I was trying to tie them both in together. But we have, and we could say incredible, spectacular, but we kind of have a good idea of we're not perfect, but we have a pretty good idea what people are looking for when they come in the door here.
And I think one of that is
right.
reasons that is because, number one, we're an in-house design and construction team. And let's face it, when somebody comes up with a new idea that we haven't thought of before, and we build it, it immediately, it's like, that's a great idea. We need to do more of that.
Right.
Which is why we have so many great spaces inside of our home, whether it's for work or play.
And on the other side too, if you tell us something about yourself when you're coming in the door as a couple of it, and we don't have it, we'll be the first ones to tell you, listen, we're probably not a good fit for you.
Right.
And I don't think anybody else in the country, any other sales team, any other community would ever tell a customer that. I know I would. I'm telling you, seriously, I would. And I think that's kind of what makes us different than everybody else.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we're episode number 1 on
season 2.
So let me ask you a question. I've been kind of debating this over the last couple weeks, so we took a little hiatus. Should we have guests
on the show?
Yeah, so we had one guest last year.
Well, and that was a special guest. That was Santa.
Right.
I think we got to leave it up to the viewing audience. Do they want to see some guests on the show?
Yeah. We have a lot of experts in the area. We have a fitness coach. We have our Kyle, who's our in-house construction. We have a designer. We have our golf pro. And I don't know. I'm kind of wishy-washy because what makes this so special is we try to keep it pretty short and brief.
Yeah.
And we just don't guess. I'm still pretty strong on that, by the way. But it's been suggested.
And we like the idea of guests, though.
Yeah, but see that we only have so much room here. We don't have a 2-camera shoot. See, I can move back and forth, but we can't. I'm like, hey, John, you can kind of see where we're going with that. But
we got a new sign that's not going to fall over this year, so I'm feeling pretty good about the show.
Yeah, no new logo yet. We like the logo, so it's comment below, by the way. Also, our inventory homes, we have a few of them. We'll talk about the Sago. That's pretty much ready to go to drywall. You could be in that home in about 4 or 5 months.
Right.
Starting price on that is a little bit over $450.
$458, 9.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms.
Right.
Plus a den. So there again, you've got great spaces throughout the home.
Yep.
Great open floor plan.
No rear neighbors. And golf cart garage. That's like the most important thing here. So we got that home. We have the Recalanata. We just put drywall on the Recalanata. That sits on a lot, very private lot. No rear neighbors there either. A little bigger house, and you can get in that house in about 4 months. We've already ordered cabinets for that house.
Yes.
So and everybody.
We've got a Canary coming up that's just about ready to be drywall.
Yep. We got so much going on in Harbor Hills. If you want to move to Florida, this is the weather today. What is it? Probably 72 degrees or something.
I don't know.
And you're sitting up north, and it's snowing, and it's cold, and it's miserable, and you're just going, what am I doing? You know what? I've asked you that question before. What are you doing? Move to Florida. We're okay with that. Come to Florida.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say about that. Anything else you got to say?
That's all I have to say.
I feel like I'm all over the place today. That's all right. It's a new year.
So you didn't really say. Oh, you did say what you're gonna do for the new year.
Yeah, eat more ice cream. Yeah, but I got to do the other things in order to eat more ice cream.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
But anyway, hey, listen. Thanks for watching episode number 1.
Season
That's a wrap.
2. We'll
Bye-bye.
see you soon.